Wall Street closing lower after the Federal Reserve raised concerns that low interest rates might promote excessive risk-taking and investors seeking refuge in bonds. For more details, let's go to Michele Steele at the New York Stock Exchange. Michele?
That's right, Pim. Good evening, everybody. Stocks seeing a pullback by the close, but you know what? They did pair the lion's share of losses by the end of the day after the Fed predicted the unemployment rate would fall next year and added that risks from record low interest rates were relatively low. Now, prior to that assessment, stocks started to slide downward after a report this morning showed smaller than forecast growth in consumer spending. Consumer spending, of course, accounting for 2/3 of all economic activity. Now, on a sector basis, let's talk about that. Financials, the big drag on the markets today after the FDIC saying the number of problem lenders climbing to a 16-year high. Zions Bancorp one to note here, posting the biggest decline in the S&P 500 after Citigroup said investors should sell Utah's biggest lender. Zions, you may remember, surging 13% yesterday, so a little bit of profit taking perhaps as well. Elsewhere, real estate investment trusts showing weakness overall today as well. Simon Property, Kimco Realty, MBIA, and Apartment Investment and Management all dropping after Keefe, Bruyette & Woods rated the operator of apartment communities in 44 states underperform in new coverage. We're talking about apartment investment there. And I want to highlight the winners as well today. Telecom and healthcare. Medtronic notably soaring after it said quarterly profit grew nearly 60%, helped by sales of a new heart stent. The company also boosting its fiscal 2010 earnings forecast. Rivals Boston Scientific and St. Jude Medical also posting gains. And Iowa Telecommunication Services, meantime, surging after the provider of telephone services in Iowa said its board approved its acquisition by Windstream in a transaction valued at about $1.1 billion. Now, as for what you should watch tomorrow, we're going to learn more about consumer income and spending in October thanks to the Commerce Department's latest data, as well as separate economic reports on consumer confidence and a gauge of new home sales. Pim, back over to you.
Thank you very much. Michele Steele reporting.